Alright, so in this video, we're going to draw an isometric figure, but only using tools from the geometry set. It is recommended to use a T-square instead of a ruler, but if you do use a ruler, try not to move the ruler after you draw the first line. So we're going to start by keeping the ruler firm. We just draw a light line. Now I can move this ruler down a bit, but I want to bring it back up close to the line, and I want to try to make it parallel. So this is what you need the T-square, because the T-square will already be
line
at
up,
the
so you just
specific
pull it
angle.
down.
The problem here is that if this ruler is at the wrong angle, everything is going to be incorrect. So I'm just going to try to bring the ruler parallel, leave it about here. Now for isometric figures, you only use the 30-60 set square. This is the one that has a 30, 60, 90. This one has a 45, 45, 45, 90. So we only use the 30-60.
Which is the bigger one.
We start with a light vertical line. Now whenever you draw lightly. This is a dark line, this is a light line. So practice using the pencil to draw light lines. So over here, I can turn the set square. Now realize when I use the set square, I keep it on the ruler, and I'm not moving the ruler. So I'm going to try to line it up so that I draw a line over here. And I'm also going to flip it now, keep it flush, and then we draw a line over here. So I'm making sure that those two lines touch here. Now what happened just now was the set square move, so that line went off. When you have a T-square, this doesn't commonly happen. Alright, so at this point, I'm just gonna make a mark here, make a mark here.
To align with the ruler, so it will be always in that space.
Yeah, because now I can move the ruler. Alright, so from here, I'm going to measure this line. So here is 0. Each of these is 10 millimeters. So let's say I put this part over here at 60. And let's say I put this part over here at the same 60. Try to make sure the ruler is flush with the line. So two of those at 60, and I'm going to put the height at 80. So there's 80. So now we come back, line up the ruler. Now remember, if this has moved, these lines are going to be off. So we come here, let me just check to make sure it's straight. Alright, it's fairly straight there. I'm going to draw this up. Remember, you have to keep the set square flush on the T-square or the ruler. Come over here, and draw the line up. Now here's the problem. I need to move this upwards now, so that I could line this up here. Alright, so remember, if I carry it up, it's going to be a different angle to down here. So you're going to make sure that you are using
The same lines.
Yeah.
So draw the outskirt lines again.
Yeah. So as I said, this is more technical. So just draw a light line there. I can draw another, well, I can keep it here. So over here with the top. So if you got the T-square, it will be a lot easier. You just use the edge of the table. So we pull in the wrong so that it meets. Pull this over here. Now if you realize over here is really low, so I gotta come up again. So I can draw in 1 or 2 more lines. And the key is make sure that these lines are very light. Alright, so from here, should be able to finish this. Now be careful pushing the tools onto the paper, because what's going to happen is
The tear?
they will leave a dark mark. So, especially if the tools are dirty. So you're going to make sure you clean the tools so that it don't leave dark marks on the drawing. That's a regular figure. Now what I'm going to do with it is we'll just put in a few cutouts. We'll put in a cutout right here. And then we'll probably put in this piece here to come outside. Alright, so I think I measured over here at 60.
Mm-hmm. The other side is 62.
So I can measure in 20.
40.
And then you can measure up. So this piece is going to come up here, let's say 50.
Remember that
let me
one
put
was
it at-
80.
Yeah, I can bring it up at 60. Alright, so now line up again. So remember, it is important you draw on light lines. Then we just bring this up a little more. Now this is the first dark line that I have drawn on the inside. I can darken up these other lines now.
You darken out the outside lines.
Yeah, the lines that are finished, that I know these lines are correct. When you're moving the set square over a line that you drew, you move it lightly because it's going to pick
Gonna
up
smear.
the pencil. Yeah. So with this darkening, just darkening this left side. And we can try to finish out the left side because the left side isn't finished as yet. So we're missing this line in here. I'm gonna just draw this dart one time. And then we're gonna put the piece over here that's coming down. So that
Oh,
piece,
So you're drawing a bigger replica to the smaller replica you have.
yeah. So I can probably come up 30, come across 30. And then I will I'll bring it up at 40. So the thing is, if the ruler is at a different angle, these lines are not going to be parallel.
I know,
So
everybody.
you should be able to see that all these are parallel. So let me bring this line down a little bit. And then I need to get to this line here. And I'm just gonna bring out this piece here at about 25, 2.5. This comes out lightly. So even with this edge, you gotta keep it flush on the line.